Hey folks, John Becker here, Union Township trustee and former state representative from Claremont County, bringing to you the June edition of the Becker Report. Today is June 29th, 2023. My contact information is at the end of this video, and of course I'd like you to subscribe to my newsletter and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So this is going to be a brief video. I was going to do the abortion amendment issue that's coming up. And I'm pushing that back probably another 2 months. What I want to concentrate on before that is the August election. So what's going on is it's called Issue 1, and it's going to be on the August 8th ballot. And it's about protecting the Ohio Constitution. So the problem is that the Constitution in Ohio has become legislation. And the Constitution is not intended for legislation. That's what the Ohio Revised Code is for. So for example, there's 4 casinos that have their mailing addresses written into the Constitution. Well, one of them in Columbus, needed to move after that constitutional amendment was passed. So they just moved from one side of Columbus to the other. So the General Assembly had to put the issue back on the ballot again for the people to vote to change the mailing address of one of the casinos. So that's the ridiculous stuff that's going on. And you have this danger of George Soros and other big money outside groups coming into Ohio to change the Constitution, which simply takes it's called simple majority. It's 50% plus 1 to get a constitutional amendment to put into effect. So this issue 1 changes that. It just increases the threshold from 50% plus 1 to 60%. And I have a lot of information in the newsletter, in the Becker Report, that talks about that and some of the groups that are supporting it. And it's a wide swath of conservative groups across Ohio. And the people opposed are the liberals and the people that want to put nasty stuff in our Constitution. So I strongly encourage you to get out and vote for that. So some important dates that are coming up on that. You got July 10th. Is the deadline for voter registration for the August 8th election. July 11th is when early in-person voting begins. And August 1st is the deadline to request an absentee ballot. So, I recommend voting as early as possible. Either just go down to Board of Elections and vote in person, or just do what I do, request an absentee ballot. They mail it to you. And that way you can fill it out and mail it back in, or just drop it off in person down at the Board of Elections. Either way, this is an important issue to get out and vote on. That's why I've devoted the June issue of the Becker Report to that. So also in this issue, I have some more information on COVID. Of course, this is just my way of pushing back on censorship. And the censorship was never an issue until the truth started coming out. So have more good intel there. I have a Union Township update. So in addition to the usual stuff I have on here about new and growing businesses, in Clepper Park we're doing some upgrades. So we're putting in a pickleball court and we're putting in some new playground equipment. Well, all of that sounds great, except the total cost on this is $925,000 of your money. And that's why I voted no on it. Just frankly, just too much money in my opinion. But if I'm wrong on this, let me know. Tell me, hey Becker, you're not spending enough of my money, and I want you to spend more. I need to hear that if that's what you think. But anyway, so take a look at the Becker Report, and you find it at beckergop.com, and you'll see the math of the grants that were involved, and almost all of it was federal money, one way or another. And there was also a state grant that was part of it. At the end of the day, it's all your money, regardless of the source of the funds. And my biggest complaint was that the federal funding, COVID money that was used, I don't know, almost $700,000, I would think, or 600-something thousand. That money could have been used for roads or new police cars or a fire engine. So there's it's called fungibility and opportunity cost. There's a lot of different ways that money could have been spent for what I think are better priorities than pickleball courts and playground equipment. The kind of stuff that's nice to have, but not as important as some other priorities. That was my opinion, and that's why I voted no. So also, Union Township has a new website. Check that out. So it's www.union-township.oh.us. and I'm interested in changing that URL to something that ends in a .gov. So give me your opinion on what you think would be a good URL for Union Township. Then let's see, I have the event calendar, the video central, the Becker GOP YouTube channel, and the Becker Report video archive. So until next month, this is John Becker. Have a great day. Bye-bye.